Jane, I just wanted to say thank you again so much for the lovely cake that you got us. I was wondering what this good cooler bag that got delivered was about, and it was a lovely cake. So thanks again for the gift. We can't wait to enjoy it tonight. Hold on a second. What the heck are you talking about? You know that cake isn't for you to eat, don't you? I only sent that cake as a gift to my brother for getting a new job, so that means that he's the only one who should be eating it. Sorry, you mean that you sent the cake to our house, but it's actually only for John? That's right, and it's because he got a great new job at one of the largest companies in the world. Of course I expected nothing less of him. Sorry, what exactly are you talking about? Oh, come on, surely you know this. I mean, he's going to be getting paid $150,000 a year, and that's only the entry salary. I guess we can finally say that my brother has made it to the big leagues, huh? So anyways, that's why I, as his little sister, wanted to help him celebrate his huge accomplishment. So I worked really hard at my part-time job to save up and afford to get something from a nice bakery. Jane, I really don't know how to break this to you, but John is still unemployed. Wait a second, Mary. Are you seriously telling me you don't even know that your own husband has found a job? Has he not told you, or do you just not care about what goes on in his life? Honestly, you really should at least try to be a more caring and attentive wife, you know? Excuse me? And just what in the world is that supposed to mean? And the fact that you're keeping this charade up is just so disrespectful. You do realize that the reason my brother has been looking for a job so hard this past year is because you make so little, right? Well, I'm not going to pretend like I work for some fabulously huge company or anything like that, but I am in the upper management of my company, and I don't think my salary is all that small. I don't care how high up you get in your company, it's still nothing compared to what other larger companies could offer. I bet that even after all this time working there, you're probably barely taking in $50,000. Actually, I make more than double that amount, thank you very much. In fact, I've been the one sending money back to your parents instead of John. Oh, please, you really think that I'm just going to fall for such a bold-faced lie like that? I know the truth, and you're through. I really don't know what you could possibly mean by that. I mean, I know that this whole time John has been looking for a job, that he's also been sending money back home through his personal savings. And even though he didn't have to keep sending it after he quit his job, he still kept it up the entire time. He really is such an amazing brother and a great son to our parents. I am so proud of him. Jane, you know that we've talked about this before. I'm not bragging about anything. The truth is that I was sending the money. I don't think that John has ever had any real savings to speak of. Wow, do you ever get sick of lying to people like that? How dare you even try to talk to me that way when you're so ugly? Okay, now you're just being ridiculous. Did you seriously just send that message? I just have no idea what my brother was thinking getting married to you. I just wish you two would get a divorce already. Then maybe he could move back in with all of us here at his real home. That's really what you want to happen to your brother and I? I don't really care at all what happens to you, but you better not touch that cake. I'm serious when I say it's only for my brother. If I find out that you had even a crumb, there will be consequences. Hey, John, are you there? What's this news I'm hearing about you finding a new job? Is that really true? Because this is the first that I'm hearing about it.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Well, it's just that your sister sent us a cake. She said it was to celebrate you landing a new job at some huge company somewhere. Is that really true? Because that would be really amazing if it were.
Oh, did Jane really go and do that for us?
Well, I just wanted to double check with you since you haven't mentioned anything about that to me. In fact, I thought you said that you were going to the temp agency again today to look for work. So what's the truth here?
I'm not going to lie to you, Mary. It's been a year since I quit my job, and I seriously don't think I can keep looking anymore. But I was getting sick of everyone asking me about the job hunt, so I just told Jane that I found something.
I see. And that's why Jane thought she had the right to talk down to me? Because she was really laying into me for not knowing that my husband had found a new job. Not only that, but she said that the whole reason you quit your job in the first place was because I wasn't making enough money. I was just curious if you had any idea where she might have gotten some of those notions.
Well, the thing is that I haven't actually told my family why I had to leave my last job, so I just kind of gave them a story I thought they would buy.
I see. Because even when I tried to explain to your sister that I was the one sending money back to them, she just accused me of lying. You know I really hate being called a liar when I'm telling the truth.
I know, but think about the position I'm in. If I get caught in this lie, things will get really bad for me. So please, I'm asking you, as my wife, to just hold off talking to anyone else about this, please.
I see. And when your family starts ordering me to leave you, should I just sit there and take that too?
What are you talking about? Who was saying that to you?
Well, it's what your sister said she wishes we would do. She wanted us to break up so that you could move back in with your family.
I see. You know, that's actually not such a terrible idea. Maybe I should just move back in with my parents.
Wait, what? You don't actually mean that, do you?
Well, I've actually been thinking about it for some time. I was thinking that it's been so hard to find a job that maybe we should just be apart until I do finally find something.
John, literally, what are you talking about? What does us living together have to do with you finding a job?
I just feel like I'm always under so much pressure to be finding work when I'm at home.
And do you think that that has anything to do with the fact that you haven't had a job in over a year?
That's not fair. I've been trying really hard just to find a job while you've been having a successful career. It's just really depressing for me to have to watch that happen while I get nothing.
I really don't understand you. When you quit your job, I agreed to support us both with my salary and help support your family as well. And now you're telling me that I'm the reason you can't find a job?
I'm just saying that living with you makes me feel like I have a ton of pressure on me to find something, you know? And it's like, no matter how hard I try, I know I'll never catch up to you, and it makes me feel even more pressured.
But you're telling me that if you go back and live with your parents that you'll be able to find a job?
I just think that I'd feel a lot better if there wasn't so much pressure for me to have to do so. Well, maybe we should try something new. How about you go back to live with your parents instead, and I stay here in the house?
Are you serious?
Of course I am. But you'll still have to send me money every month. I think maybe $1,500 a month should do it.
So you're now telling me that not only do I have to move out of the house, but I still have to send you money to support you?
Well, duh. You know that I don't have a job. You're the only one who makes money around here.
Well, if I go back to living with my parents, then I'm going to be supporting them instead so that I don't become a burden.
Oh, come on. Don't do that. I promise I really am going to try hard to find a job. Besides, you still need to keep sending money to my parents as well.
So you want me to keep sending them $1,000 a month and you $1,500? Do you really think I can afford that?
Oh, don't worry. I'll find a job right away, an even better one than I had before. Then we can go back to splitting all the costs.
I still don't see why I should have to go home to live. I mean, we have a guest house. Why don't I just stay there?
What would even be the point of that? How could I bring chicks over if you're still around?
Excuse me, chicks? And just who are these chicks you're bringing around?
I just met some other women, I know who are looking for jobs as well. I've met some people at the temp agency who I've gotten close to, and we agreed to talk about our job hunts and share tips. You didn't think that I meant anything else than that, right?
Well, if that's all you're going to be doing with these chicks, I don't see why I can't just stay in the guest house. No, if you have no other objections, I'll move my stuff out there and agree not to tell anyone the truth about your job hunt. Hey, Mary, I thought my brother told you that he wanted you gone. Why don't you just go home? And how dare you not support my brother in his new job? Jane, what are you talking about right now? I am talking about John's new job. I knew that he asked you to leave him alone for a bit so he can concentrate on his new job, but you told him that you didn't want to because you didn't feel like it? Do you realize that working for such a huge company means that John is always under pressure? You need to give him the space he needs to work efficiently. What work is he even concentrating on? He wants me gone so that he can invite over other women. I don't see why I should go home and let that happen. Ugh, you are such a pain to deal with, do you know that? How dare you just ignore an order from your husband? I know that I was right to file your divorce papers myself. Divorce papers? What are you talking about now? Well, I saw my brother struggling, so I helped him out just a little. But now it's time for you to go back to where you came from. I've already set up everything. You two are divorced, and there's no reason for you to stay with my brother any longer. Are you really saying what I think you're saying right now? That's right. I really do outdo myself sometimes. And now that you are split up, you have no right to be living in that house with him, so just do as my brother commanded and go home. You're kidding me. You mean you just sent off our divorce papers without talking to either of us? I told you that I wish you two would just break up for a long time now. But I realized it wasn't going to happen without a little intervention. So I did what had to be done. I signed and sent off your divorce papers. I see. Well, good luck with your unemployed brother then. What are you talking about? I'm tired of you all and I don't care to explain, so I'm just going to pack up my things and go home. You should know that I did my best to encourage John to find a job, but now it's not my problem anymore. Wait, no, seriously. What are you talking about? What do you mean John is unemployed? He has a job. He's had one for a while now. He's working hard at a huge company, isn't he? No, that was just a lie he told you. Of course, you thought I was lying to you, but I was only ever being honest. What do you mean? How could he be lying to me? Well, he lied about finding a job. He hasn't had any work since he quit his last job over a year ago. But, wait, that can't be right. My brother would never, ever lie to me. I know that he found a job with a huge company and that he left his old job to be able to take care of all of us. He worked himself to the bone for the past year trying to get this position. You're forgetting that I also didn't make enough money for him. Of course, that's not really why he quit. He quit because he was being sued by a young woman from his office. Not just any young woman, but the daughter of the company president, in fact. One reason John hasn't been able to find any work is because he's basically been blacklisted from the industry by his last boss. And that's how things have been for the past year. Are you kidding me? That can't be right at all. There's no way that my brother would be fired for something like that. I refuse to believe it. Well, you can believe it or not, but you might want to check with John himself about this. Because it was then that I decided I wanted to divorce him, but he begged me not to leave him until he found a job. I even have footage filmed of him begging me not to leave him for his mistake. I can send the video to you, but you aren't going to like what you see. No, that's impossible. My brother wouldn't really do that. In fact, ever since then, I've been the one supporting both your brother and your family. John ordered that I take over paying your family since he didn't have any more income or savings. So then, you were telling the truth when you said that it was you sending the money to my family? That's what I was trying to tell you, but you just accused me of lying, remember? And your good-for-nothing brother told me that my presence was putting too much pressure on him to find a job. And now you're telling me that you've gone ahead and ended our marriage for us, so with that done, I don't see any reason to stay around here.
Mary, please, don't do this. Don't leave me.
I'm afraid it's too late to undo this. Besides, your sister was the one who divorced us. But at least you should have no problem finding a new job now.
No, I can't do it. Now my parents are going to start telling me to find a job, and it's never going to happen.
What do you mean? Do your parents know the truth?
Yes, I don't know how, but they found out the truth, and they're furious with me now. They told me they thought I was looking for a job this whole time. Then they demanded that I pay you back for all the money that you had been sending them, and finally they said they never wanted to see me again.
Oh, wow, that's even better than I thought. And here I was thinking that I would never get that money back. Make sure to tell your parents thanks for me.
Please, Mary, I need you now. I swear that I'll really start looking for a job, and I'll be back for everything. Just please, don't leave me. If I don't find a job, then my family is really going to stop talking to me.
And why is that my problem? You're my ex-husband, so leave me out of this.
Mary, you don't really mean that, do you?
Of course I do. I've been supporting you and your family for the past year while you've sat around doing nothing. Then you have the gall to lie to your family and tell them that I'm the reason you quit. On top of that, you let your sister get away with insulting me as a lazy liar while you let her believe you had found work. And then after all of that, you really try and tell me that I'm the reason you couldn't find any work up until now? Well, I have had it with you and your family, and once this divorce is all over and done with, I never ever want to see you again. After that, Jane began texting me desperately asking for money since I had stopped sending any to John's family. In the end, she barely managed to graduate college. She did end up finding a job, but it was at a very small company that was near the bottom of her list of places she'd like to work. I heard that even John managed to find a job, but had to bite the bullet and take over a 50% cut in pay. While living at home, his parents forced him to send part of his paycheck back to me to pay back all I had given them. When he sent me the final payment, he asked if I would think about getting back together with him. I just blocked his number and never talked to him again. After we divorced, I moved into a nice condo by myself and have been readjusting to single life. I've also finally been able to afford to send money to my own parents, who were glad to hear I got out of such a horrible marriage.
Thank you for watching till the